From the moment King Frederik X ascended the Danish throne, the world has watched his every move, not just as a monarch, but as a husband and father, a man navigating a role steeped in tradition, duty, and, above all, scrutiny. As images of him and Queen Mary grace magazines, TV screens, and social feeds across the globe, a darker undercurrent has recently cast a shadow over the fairy tale. Rumors of infidelity, whispers of a royal marriage under pressure, and the kind of speculation that thrives in the corners of tabloids and social media. But now, in a moment of rare and raw honesty, King Frederik X is stepping forward to reclaim the narrative. He is not just defending his role as sovereign, but standing tall as a devoted husband with a firm message to the world. He has never, and will never, betray the woman he calls his queen. It was a statement few saw coming. Amid relentless gossip that threatened to erode the public's confidence in the royal couple's bond, King Frederik appeared calm but visibly moved as he addressed the press in Copenhagen. With Queen Mary notably absent but reportedly supportive of her husband's decision to speak out, Frederik's words pierced through the noise with clarity and conviction. "My marriage to Queen Mary," he began, "is not a showpiece. It is a union built on years of respect, trust, and love. And let me be absolutely clear, I have never cheated on my wife, and I never will." It was a declaration not just of denial, but of defiance, against the media narratives, the online trolls, and even the silence that so often shrouds royal controversies. This was a king reclaiming his personal truth. And with those words, he sent a message not only to his critics but to the people of Denmark and the wider world. The bond he shares with Queen Mary is sacred, and no rumor will tear it down. But how did we get here? What began as a few paparazzi photos taken during a foreign visit, images showing King Frederik in friendly proximity with a well-known socialite, quickly spiraled into a frenzy. Online commentators dissected body language, gossip blogs invented entire narratives from a single frame, and headlines around the globe speculated on what this could mean for Denmark's golden couple. Some even likened it to the scandals that plagued other European monarchies, drawing uncomfortable parallels that added fuel to the fire. Yet all along, the palace remained silent, until now. Insiders close to the royal household describe the tension behind the scenes as both intense and deeply personal. Queen Mary, who has always maintained a dignified silence in the face of speculation, was said to be deeply hurt but unshaken by the rumors. Her focus, as always, remained on her family and her duties. But it was clear that a line had been crossed, one that threatened not just their reputation but the emotional fabric of their marriage. Those who have observed the couple over the years speak of an unbreakable partnership, forged in the crucible of royal life. From their earliest days, when Mary Donaldson, a commoner from Tasmania, first caught the eye of the future king at the Sydney Olympics, their love story captured hearts around the world. Against all odds and traditions, she became a royal icon in her own right, beloved for her grace, intelligence, and unwavering dedication to Denmark. Together, they raised 4 children, weathered political storms, navigated personal griefs, and transitioned through a historic abdication that saw Frederik take the throne after Queen Margrethe II's unprecedented retirement. To those who know them personally, the idea of infidelity seemed not just unlikely, it seemed absurd. Friends describe Frederik as deeply devoted and still smitten with Mary after more than 2 decades together. Their marriage, they say, has endured because it is based on real connection, not royal protocol. And now, as king, Frederik appears determined not to let that be undermined. In his public address, Frederik acknowledged the difficulty of his new role. "With the crown comes scrutiny," he said. "But it should never come at the cost of truth." He spoke candidly about the challenges of balancing royal duties with personal life, particularly when every gesture is photographed and every smile interpreted. "I understand the curiosity," he admitted. "But speculation is not truth. A picture is not proof. My loyalty to Mary is unwavering. And I will protect that loyalty until my last breath." These words, delivered with calm gravity, resonated beyond the palace walls. Support poured in from royal watchers, Danish citizens, and international figures alike. Social media lit up with messages of solidarity. Hashtags like #TeamFrederik and Mary and #RoyalLove trended for days. Even former critics praised the king's honesty and transparency, calling it a refreshing break from the evasiveness so common among royalty. Perhaps most telling was the reaction from Queen Mary herself. While she did not appear at the press event, a statement issued by her personal office echoed Frederik's sentiments. His Majesty's words are deeply appreciated. Our marriage is strong, and our commitment to one another and our country remains our highest priority, it read. In a few simple lines, Mary reaffirmed not only her faith in her husband but also her unwillingness to let baseless rumors derail their shared purpose. Royal experts have noted that this moment could mark a turning point in how monarchs engage with public discourse. By choosing to confront rumors head-on, King Frederik is challenging the age-old royal mantra of never complain, never explain. In its place, he is offering a model of open communication, where the dignity of the crown is upheld not by silence but by strength and vulnerability. It's a move that could redefine modern monarchy, not just in Denmark, but across Europe. And yet, even as the dust begins to settle, the broader implications of this episode linger. What does it say about the media's role in shaping royal narratives? How do we balance curiosity with compassion, intrigue with integrity? For King Frederik, the answer lies in staying true to his values. I was raised to serve, to protect, and to lead with honor, he said. And my first duty, above all, is to the woman I love and the family we've built together. In the days following his speech, the royal calendar resumed with renewed focus. Frederik and Mary appeared side by side at several official events, smiling and engaged, showing the world that their bond remains unbroken. If anything, the controversy has only deepened public affection for the couple, reminding many why they fell in love with this modern-day royal romance in the first place. There is something undeniably powerful about watching a king defend his queen, not with swords or armies, but with words and conviction. In doing so, King Frederik X has not only reaffirmed his love for Queen Mary but also set a new standard for royal accountability. In a world where doubt spreads faster than truth, his message rings out clearly. Love, when built on trust, is stronger than any scandal. So as the cameras move on, the gossip fades, and Denmark's royal couple continues their reign side by side, one can't help but wonder, will this bold moment of vulnerability become a defining legacy of King Frederik's reign? And more importantly, what does it reveal about the kind of love that not only survives public pressure, but grows stronger because of it? In the days that followed King Frederik X's powerful declaration, Denmark found itself at a crossroads, not politically, not economically, but emotionally. The country, which has always prided itself on the stability and humility of its royal house, was suddenly forced to confront the raw reality that even kings and queens are not immune to rumor, doubt, and speculation. Yet, what emerged was not division, but unity. Across Copenhagen and beyond, there was a remarkable wave of support, a kind of quiet revolution in public sentiment as Danes, and royal watchers around the globe, rallied around their king and queen. The royal family has always held a sacred place in Danish society. More than figureheads, they are cultural anchors, moral examples, and a living thread to the nation's proud past. Queen Mary's transformation from Mary Donaldson of Tasmania to one of Europe's most admired royal figures is part of the very fabric of modern Danish identity. Her intelligence, fluency in Danish, philanthropic leadership, and quiet dignity have long earned her admiration. She didn't simply marry into royalty, she embodied it. And Frederik, long seen as the thoughtful, sometimes reserved heir with a passionate heart, became a symbol of a new kind of royal man, loving, expressive, and completely devoted to his wife and children. That is why the rumors hit so hard. For many, they felt personal. They didn't just question the loyalty of a king, they threatened the integrity of a relationship that had come to represent the very best of modern monarchy. The image of Queen Mary wiping a tear during a public event, even though unrelated, was seized upon by the media as symbolic, spun into narratives of heartbreak and betrayal, whether true or not. Online, armchair body language experts dissected every gesture, every smile, every photo in a desperate hunt for evidence of a marriage in decline. But then came the king's response. Firm, personal, decisive, delivered not in anger but in sincerity. "I have never cheated on my wife," he said, and that sentence echoed far louder than any tabloid whisper. He did not hide behind palace walls or issue a cold press release. He stood in front of cameras, exposed, vulnerable, and profoundly human. And in that moment, the world didn't just see a monarch, they saw a man deeply in love, fighting for the truth of his marriage. For Queen Mary, who has built her royal legacy on resilience, this public show of devotion may have been the greatest tribute yet. Those who know her say she was deeply moved by her husband's courage. Mary is not one to demand grand declarations, said a former palace aide. But she understands the value of truth spoken plainly. And when Frederik said those words, he wasn't just defending their marriage, he was reminding the world who they are as a couple. Indeed, their history is rich with evidence of a bond that has weathered much more than media rumors. During Queen Mary's early years as crown princess, she struggled to find her footing in a new country, under the weight of intense public attention. Yet, Frederik was her constant, her protector, her bridge between two worlds. When her mother passed away in 1997, before her royal journey even began, it was Frederik who stood by her side as a source of strength. When she began her humanitarian work, advocating for mental health, bullying prevention, and women's rights, it was with his unwavering support. And now, as king and queen, they are facing one of their greatest challenges, not from politics or governance, but from public perception. They are navigating it not through silence or PR spin, but through authenticity and unity. It's a strategy that is earning them respect far beyond Denmark's borders. Royal experts across Europe have begun pointing to the Danish couple as a model for how modern monarchies must adapt. Unlike the often disconnected tone of Britain's House of Windsor or the opaque strategies of some continental royal houses, Frederik and Mary are increasingly seen as relatable leaders, willing to be vulnerable, transparent, and, above all, emotionally intelligent. As one commentator on Danish national television put it, they are teaching us that even a king and queen must earn the public's trust, not simply inherit it. Still, questions remain. How did these rumors gain such traction? Who benefits from casting doubt on a royal couple so universally admired? Some point to the evolving media landscape, where clickbait headlines and viral TikTok analysis have replaced old-school investigative journalism. Others suggest jealousy from rival factions within royal circles or opportunists seeking attention. Regardless, the damage was real. But so too was the response. Behind palace walls, sources say the king and queen have grown closer in the wake of the storm. This has only strengthened their bond, says a senior royal staffer. They are not naive. They know the spotlight can be cruel. But they also know that they are strongest when united. It's a message they're now quietly sending to their children as well. Prince Christian, now heir to the throne, and his siblings Princess Isabella, Prince Vincent, and Princess Josephine. They're watching their parents lead not just a country, but a family, with grace under fire, one family friend explained. In many ways, the king's declaration marks a pivotal moment in royal history, a reminder that love is not a fairy tale protected by crowns and ceremony, but a living, breathing commitment that requires courage and choice. When Frederik said he would never betray Mary, he wasn't just refuting a rumor, he was redefining the very role of a modern monarch, protector, partner, and person. The Danish press has largely applauded the king's move. In newspapers across the country, op-eds praised his emotional intelligence, calling it a royal masterclass in accountability. The public, too, appears to have rallied behind him. A new poll conducted shortly after the address showed a surge in approval ratings for the monarch, particularly among younger Danes who appreciate openness over stoicism. "We grew up watching them," said one 25-year-old woman in Aarhus. "They're not just royals, they're role models." But perhaps the most poignant outcome is the renewed appreciation for Queen Mary herself. Long seen as elegant and composed, she is now being recognized as a woman of profound strength, who has endured not just the pressures of her position, but now public slander with extraordinary grace. Her refusal to comment directly, while her husband took the lead, is being seen not as silence, but strategy, a demonstration of mutual trust. "Mary didn't need to say anything," said one Danish writer. "Her silence was not weakness, it was power." And that, perhaps, is the quiet triumph of this whole episode. That through all the noise, all the speculation, all the shadows of doubt, the truth of a marriage emerged not in grand gestures, but in steadfast love, shared resilience, and a king's simple yet powerful words, "I have never cheated on my wife." As Denmark turns the page, the legacy of King Frederik and Queen Mary is no longer just one of fairy tale romance, it is a story of survival, unity, and truth. It's a reminder that even under a crown, Love must be chosen, defended, and renewed. And in a world quick to judge and slow to listen, this royal couple has given us all something worth hearing. If this story has moved you, inspired you, or even challenged your view of royal life, then now is the perfect time to support this channel. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment below with your thoughts, and share this video with fellow royal watchers. Your engagement helps us bring you more stories with depth, truth, and heart. And we'll leave you with this final thought. In an era when appearances are everything, do you think more royals should follow King Frederik's example and speak directly from the heart?